A beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. And sincere apologies for starting way behind schedule. I've been terribly under the weather and body no move at all. But I just see make I try my best to give on us fast updates with the things that they happen for inside the country. Welcome to Updated Precious. It's always a pleasure to be with you to bring you those things we see they happen for the country. So make we quickly just look at some things we see the shell for the country. I will make this one very quick. So that I could let people rest because I know say people don't already do way into the day at night the day don't they go already. Welcome to the show. My name is Precious Inye and it always sweet my belly to bring on things really happen for inside the country. And so let's just move quickly to it. President Tinubu seeks another 40 trillion naira foreign loans as Nigeria's revenue crashes amidst investors' exodus. That's now one of the stories. So even as they've been telling us, say, oh, our debt profile, don't they say President Tinubu don't pay back on loan, don't pay back on loan. Guess what? We are going a borrowing again. This time around, about 40 trillion naira. And this one, after they say we don't pay back or we don't pay back, oh, making driving our debt now, our base, don't they reach about 150 trillion naira. Remember, say President Muhammad Buhari leave am for 70 trillion naira about. Now we don't move on to about 150 trillion naira. This now, as he be said, they hail President Bola Tinubu as he do well for a midterm scorecard. Say, it don't help us pay back some IMF loan. I will let you in on those loan then. I just make I let you know this matter very quickly because here we dissect everything where they happen. Yeah, another headline currency Tinubu seeks National Assembly's approval for $21.5 billion loan. 758 billion naira pension bond. All of this one, we'll go let you in very quickly. And we won't bow to intimidation. PDP governors don't dare Tinubu and APC. Say, more gonna try us now. Try it. We'll not go bow to your intimidation. I'll let you in on that. And then Tinubu orders Wike to stop sealing PDP secretariat and 4,793 other properties in Abuja gives 14 days ultimatum. Sealing of secretariat, PDP kicks as Tinubu intervenes. We will let you in on that. We won't bow to your intimidation. I don't tell you. That's what PDP talks. Say, we'll not go agree for inside that your intimidation at all, at all. Nigeria will have an emperor as president, and Nigeria will stop to exist if PDP crumbles. Who talk this one and to whom? So let me then I talk. I'm gonna let you know who they tell them to. Wike shows Tinubu's directive disrupt FIRS operations for second day. That one said they inside the matter the way we say we'll go yarn about as he be say we look at the issues them this evening. Peter Obi tackles federal government for imposing 700,000 naira reopening fee on Anambra traders. Says let small businesses breathe. Oga, let small businesses breathe. They're choking. Meanwhile, ex-Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, slams APC for endorsing Tinubu's second term. And guess what? Malami under fire now for criticizing APC's Tinubu endorsement. They say, who dare you? Because they will forget about your sins. How dare you talk? How dare you talk? I'll let you in on that case. Anti-Tinubu coalition, North will unveil candidates. Party soon. NPCG. Now they talk this on who them be. I will tell you who them be. And still concerning 2027, no automatic ticket in opposition coalition. Oga Lukman, now they talk that one. Why you talk we go see talk about them. Meanwhile, I've been telling us say it is a bomb scare. A bomb scare what happened yesterday for inside Abuja. Yeah, okay. They don't find us say true na suicide bombing. And the Abuja that suicide bombing be the target army barracks. This, now according to National Emergency Management Agency. So now army barracks they want enter go bomb. But somehow the thing can explode before they enter the barracks. This now to talk, say, we don't they calm down on insecurity. Okay. Suspected headers kill pastor, 7 others in fresh plateau attacks. That one said day. 2 soldiers killed in Borno, Boko Haram attack. That one day. All of this matter and more. Now we'll go put our eyes inside this evening. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure to be with you every evening. Yes, thank you so much to bring it. So make I just begin give on at the matter them one by follow as to the yarn they go. So some people don't look and say Nigeria debt profile said if he don't even go rise, if he even reach 150 trillion naira. Some people say if he even pass 150 trillion naira, that's not if this thing then when we say government they do get anything. That is if we look at the whole thing with government they do well. But make we even start with this borrowing matter. As President Bola Tinubu don't write to National Assembly to request legislative approval for different fresh loans, not be one, different fresh loans, wey total 40.5 trillion naira. Even as our economy dey suffer, not be suffer, suffer. And Nigerians, they suffer. They don't go to collect a whole 40 trillion naira. New one, oh, new one. This one about half of the loan wey be say this loan wey dey request for now na about half of the loan wey be say Muhammadu Buhari collect in 8 years. Now we wan collect right now. Na wetin we wan collect now. So in case we no know all the things we dey talk say our borrowing, dey cripple our future. See, I'm here. Now, in three separate letters transmitted to the National Assembly today, Tuesday, and read by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Mr. President requested the National Assembly's approval for the establishment of a foreign currency denominated issuance program in the domestic debt market. Mr. Tinubu, in the first letter, sought the legislative approval to raise up to $2 billion through the issuance of foreign currency dominated financial instruments in Nigeria's domestic debt market, in tandem with a presidential executive order signed in October 2023. Now, the Nigerian president stated that his request was based on Section 44, subsection 1 and Section 2 of the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2007 and item 1 subsection 7 of his executive order, which requires National Assembly's approval for all new borrowings and the appropriation of their proceeds. Now, the president noted that the proceed would be invested in key sectors of the economy to stimulate growth, infrastructure, job creation, and foreign exchange earnings, adding that the strategy was meant to diversify government funding or government funding sources, stabilizing the naira and deepening the local financial market. Now, in case we don't understand all of this grammar, bottom line, President Bola Tinubu dey talk say, if National Assembly, excuse me, Mr. Akpabio, if you approve this money where it approve now, it go help me to make sure say, I massage our economy, and stimulate and make the economy dey gidigba, and then make we also create infrastructure, make we also create jobs and then other things also for the economy of Nigeria to go forward. Now, Mr. Tinubu, in the second request, also unveiled that borrowing plan amounting to $21.5 billion. Another money, $21.5 billion, 2.2 billion euros, and I think 15 billion Japanese yen, and a 65 million euros in grants for the year 2025 and 2026. With the borrow against the future, stating the loans were expected to fund priority projects in key areas of development such as education, health, agriculture, and unemployment. If you dey talk about these things, it is very, very, very worrisome on the level and the amount of borrowing we say we they borrow. Because only God know the kind of big say we are unborn generations then go fit pay finish because it go hard well. Now, did you hear the different amount of money? I may not be able to re-emphasize them and then also perhaps break them down for you, but further, or perhaps give you other instances where we say we don't borrow for this same kind of purposes before now, because this not be the first time we borrow for education, not be the first time we borrow for healthcare matter, not be the first time we borrow for agriculture matter, and the same thing with borrow again, especially for the same matters again. But Mr. Tinubu said, in the light of the removal of fuel subsidy and its impact on national economy, approval is called for the borrowing plan, which amounts to 21,000 or 21 billion 543 million $647,912, and another one will amount to 2 billion 193,856,324 euros 0.54, yeah. And then in Japanese yen, a 15 billion yen and a grant of 65 million euros respectively. That is all of them one by one differently, so no join them together. Now, the multi-currency foreign facility, foreign loan, no call am facility. When they say facility, you go think say na something wey dem build somehow again. This currency, this loan or gbese wey we wan borrow wey dey for different currencies come total about 40 trillion naira for Nigerian money at the prevailing exchange rate of 1,600 per dollar. Now, if successful, that is, if National Assembly succeed to give our president this money like this, just to let you know, because they likely say they no go succeed. Because remember, say Agagosila Pabi don't talk, say anything where President Bola Tinubu bring coming down, say he go likely grant am. He may not talk am before in the past. So make I just let them know, say if this loan they approve am, or the National Assembly approve am, the latest request would add to series of foreign loans. That is, this request now go add to other plenty episodes of loans them when this particular administration don't collect for the past 1 year, where be say the government, or 1.5 year. In June 2024, the government borrowed $2.2 billion from the World Bank, another loan, then carry again in December 2024. Now, this initiative aims to generate employment, promote skill acquisition, foster entrepreneurship, reduce poverty, and enhance food security, as well as to improve the livelihood of Nigerians. Majority of the projects and programs will be implemented across all 36 states of the federal capital and the federal capital territory. These same 36 states, where be say some people for some region will say, you bring out a project where you say a renewed infrastructural or renewed hope project, where you be say you center the project for you give Southwest large chunk of that particular project. So if be say, in fact, people they won't complain for Southeast, say one Southeast state not even follow for some of the projects where we say they outline like that. But then let's go on to other issues concerning that. Mr. Tinubu also requested that the National Assembly approve the issuance of Nigerian federal bonds worth 757.98 billion naira in the domestic market to offset outstanding pension liabilities under the contributory pension scheme for inside December 31, 2023. Now, the president can talk say the request, they very important to them, they critical following the federal government's persistent non-compliance with several provisions of the Pension Reform Act 2014. Quoting excerpt of the letters and read them. This bond issuance will enable the federal government to meet its obligations to retirees, restore confidence in the pension system, and improve the welfare of retired public servants. That's what you write. All the requests have been referred to the House Committee on Finance for further legislative action. Now, Mr. Tinubu's request came months after he signed the 54.99 trillion naira 2025 appropriation bill into law, stating that the 2025 budget was meant to address key areas including security, infrastructure, and education. Remember, say, as he signed this particular bill into law, that is the as he signed Nigeria the budget into law, people been a complaint, including IMF complain say say this one budget on post like this on I get mind though on a dey very ambitious so one oppose this budget we dey like this because when I go get the money to fund them, guess what, federal government say no IMF, how do you say that to us? Don't bother about that, don't say that to us. How do you say that to us? Okay, so well, this is where we are right now, borrowing this kind of amount of money. And then even as e be say our revenue ordinarily suppose increase, no be wetin dem dey call am okay, customs tell us how much they generate for Q1. How much will they generate for Q1? As customs they generate all this plenty money for Q1, then we still they borrow. I don't even understand. I don't understand how we be so we no fit hold our government accountable to ask them questions concerning some of these expenses, the borrowings, the ones that they don't borrow before, what they don't carry and do, and waiting be the way forward. Well, all of these issues and more. Now I say make a bring for another one because messaging became messenger. So if we total the total amount of money when Nigeria don't owe like this, if you look at the Nigerian public debts, if you don't reach 121.67 trillion naira. That is about 91.46 billion US dollars for in fact for the first quarter. In fact, right now you don't reach about 151. There's that waiting people they talk. People we sabi they talk. Say our total gbese wey we owe fit don reach 151 trillion naira. Remember, say former President Muhammad Buhari been leave our gbese for about 70 something trillion naira. Now this particular government don't jack them up again. He promised to continue where he be say Buhari stop. So I guess now waiting would they do this because our debt it don't they go up, it dey rise, and that's so they go. Because if you look at our debt, total public debt don't reach about 121 trillion naira, external debt 56.02 trillion naira, domestic debt 65.65 trillion naira. In fact, the money then just they go up anyhow. But I say make a drop down one for a small. But then let's go on to other issues where they worry also inside the country. As it take be, President Bola Tinubu don't halt the takeover of 4,794 revoked lands for inside the Federal Capital Territory for non-payment of ground rent for prolonged years. Say some of these people never pay for as long as plenty years. You can't grant them 14-day grace period for them to settle their outstanding obligations and regularize their documents. Now, uh, reports gather and say the Federal Government Territory Administration (FCT). I played the video for you yesterday when it said they steal some buildings and the PDP Secretariat, the FIRS building, NNPC, different places where they say, but President Bola Tinubu don't give ultimatums. Okay. We can calm down. We can calm down. Don't be doing too much again. It's okay, Oga Wiki. I know that you're doing the work I sent you, but don't worry, calm down. Just give them small 14 days. May they use go collect their money. And they come up because PDP answered them a lot. But even as PDP don't answer, or Oga President give that ultimatum, we can say I not agree. I not agree at all because despite Bola Tinubu intervention or President Tinubu intervention, temporarily halting the sealing of property belonging to individuals and agencies accused of non-payment of ground rent at the Federal Capital Territory. Yes, on weekend no agree. In fact, it don't continue with in work because if you look at the matter, in fact, technical assistant on broadcast media to the FIRS chairman Zek Adedeji accused FCT officials of causing mayhem for inside the FIRS headquarters today again. Today again, say them cost another wahala today again. Even as Oga President don't give this order. Even like Oga Wike say, you don't enter gear. He say, I'm not going back. Mr. Adoranke say, that's why FIRS not mean one of the defaulters. FCT officials beat up FIRS staff while interrupting activities at the headquarters today. Despite President Bola Tinubu's yesterday order directing FCTA to give 14 days grace to defaulters. Although FIRS isn't even a defaulter, yet FCTA returned to the headquarters again to cause another mayhem. Now, so the woman they lament. He did talk. But meanwhile, some people don't answer him because the governors elected under the platform of the PDP, People's Democratic Party, don't vow not to bow to any intimidation by the president. He said this government, anyhow way try, I'm going to bow for you. We need agree for you. Now, the governors accused federal government of employing intimidation and exclusion tactics, saying they would resist such measures and remain steadfast in their commitment to good governance. The governors made the vow during the 99th National Executive Committee NEC meeting of the PDP held today, Tuesday, for inside Abuja. Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, he don't address the gathering, highlighting the challenge faced by the party and its members. According to him, the President Bola Tinubu's administration has created a unique set of circumstances marked by obstacles, subtle provocations, and shifting political dynamics. Say, Oga Tinubu don't create special style or special way of doing things, so don't change the narrative. Mohammed disclosed that the PDP was faced a wave of defections and coalition talks, which have even impacted some of its members. However, he emphasized that the party remains united and resolute in its mandate. But in another way, people like Bode Joseph don't come talk. In fact, they even answer Wike. They say, Wike, you, PDP, now make you who you be today. Now PDP make you. Without PDP, no be anybody. You get mind, oh. Wike, you get mind. They do PDP this kind of thing. You get mind. See PDP building. Even in French, self, will be the acting national chairman of the PDP, Oga Damago. He also done lambastan. In fact, he talk say this one a recklessness. He don't kick. Even as Oga Tinubu don't intervene. He talk say no. Say this one no good at all. Say in fact, say na brazen abuse of power. Now it be say happen. Oh wow, why everybody talk this one say brazen of abuse of power? But even as Oga Tinubu come talk now, people like Dele Momodi don't come back come talk say, now you come. Now we know say Wike gets a burst because he applauded President Bola Tinubu for halting the sealing of properties in Abuja over unpaid ground rent, a move he described as proof that Tinubu is firmly in control of his administration, the Federal Capital Territory, and all that. However, so I don't tell you the story. So Momodu talk am for inside in social media handle as he post am. He said he praised President Bola Tinubu for stepping in and described the decision as a significant check on what he called Wike's excesses. Say this one when do. Say make sure say you don't control Wike anyhow behavior. Say you don't control and where. Now he said thank you, Mr. President, Mr. President Tinubu, Your Excellency. Good evening, sir. I have just read the news here in America that you have stepped into the matter of your cantankerous minister, FCT, Minister of FCT, yes, of Wiki, who sealed the national secretariat of the PDP, the biggest rival of your ruling party, APC, and the properties of the defaulters in Abuja earlier today. While no one should condone non-compliance of government obligations, government must always restrain itself from vindictive outbursts, such as that of Nigeria's most querulous politicians, who I'm sure is fast becoming a liability to your government. The decision to stop Wike today achieved several points in your favor. Now, but some people kind of look and say, calm down, Oga Momodu, because it be like say we can deliberately do this one so that, or maybe Oga President deliberately do them so that they go like say, okay, I'm the nice guy, You know, I like opposition. As when I don't talk, say I don't want opposition, I don't want opposition. I don't prove to Nana say I like opposition. I like opposition. So we can don't do it again. Let them not think I don't like opposition. You know, that's so some people they interpret them. But now, speaking about the things and what they happen for inside the opposition party very quickly, the former governor of Jigawa State, Chibika Amechi friend, Ogasule Lamido, he don't say Nigeria would have an emperor as president if the People's Democratic Party PDP collapses. That is, if anything happened to PDP, say Nigeria could get an emperor as a president. That is, any president with the power go overdo. Lamido been talk this one. He be one of the founding members of the PDP. Talk this one for Inside Political Paradigm program for Channels Television today. Now he talk. He also talk a lot of other things because he can't talk. Say it is very important. Make it be say. In fact, he maintained that the PDP is an integral part of Nigeria's democratic history, adding that the continued existence of the party is tied to the country's survival. If the PDP collapses, Nigeria will collapse. Where there is no opposition, then there will be an emperor. When the party collapses, then you have an emperor all over Nigeria, and all emperors are destroyed by their own greed. Now, the PDP is Nigeria's history in the last 25 years. Therefore, look at the bigger picture. If the party collapses, it is Nigeria's history which has collapsed. So now make you say PDP no go fit collapse. According to the ex-foreign affairs minister, if the PDP hadn't restored Nigeria's democracy in 1999, there was no way ex-military head of state Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress would have even taken over power as president in May 2015, because the same PDP no bring back democracy or no start democracy we will get today now. So how Buhari for years become president under the APC? He stated further that without the PDP laying the foundation for Nigeria's democracy in the Fourth Republic, incumbent Lagos Governor Bola Tinubu say you say people not take over for May 2023. So it did very important because say more than anybody, Tinubu needs PDP to be chasing him. You need PDP to be telling you the truth, to be on his toes. But when it collapses, nobody will be chasing him again. So that means he will be chasing himself. Now he will become emperor. Now waiting it talk. But a lot of people they also share the opinion and say PDP don't really live true to that opposition where they're supposed to be. Have they really lived through to that opposition where they're supposed to be? They don't really they do their work as opposition. That's not a question where a lot of people they ask. But I for like make we watch Oga Lamido, Sule Lamido, as they talk the matter.
Sadly, many members don't see the PDP as home, and that's why they're leaving.
That's the problem.
But are you not afraid that the party could collapse? You would stay till it collapses, if it collapses.
You see, if the party collapses, the president and those APC have more to lose more than any other person because they are people in government. If the party collapses, because collapse PDP, you collapse democracy in Nigeria and the whole thing will collapse, and therefore the big losers. The big losers are going to be Tinubu.
Who will be the loser?
The big loser, if the party collapses,
if the PDP collapses,
Nigeria will collapse. Put it down.
Explain that.
All right, because when there is no opposition, then you know have an emperor.
But there are other political
Wait
parties.
now, listen now. When the party collapses, they have got an emperor over Nigeria, and like all emperors, they are normally destroyed by their own greed. All emperors.
But look, the question is, there are other political parties that could serve as opposition. Are you worried that the PDP could collapse? Or you don't see that happening?
You see, don't narrow the way between PDP and the government. The PDP is Nigeria's history in the last 25 years. Therefore, look at the bigger picture and the implication of Nigeria. If the party collapses, it's the Nigerian history which is going to collapse. The same history which produced Tinubu and Buhari. Because when the PDP in 1999, which was able to restore Nigeria, get Nigeria reconciled and stabilized, there's no way Buhari or Tinubu can be president. There's no way. So destroy PDP, destroy destroy yourself. Simple. More than anybody, Tinubu needs PDP. More than anybody, to be chasing him, for him to be on his own toes. But then it collapses. Nobody will be chasing him. He'll be chasing himself. He'll be simply be chasing himself.
All right, so you don't hear waiting August Sule Lamido talk. I would really like to take your thoughts, your reaction on what you think about what you talk. You think say PDP really don't they play that opposition role very well where they expected of them to play, and as August Sule Lamido used explain and like this. But let's get into other issues. As the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has tackled federal government for imposing 700,000 naira fee on traders at the Onitsha Head Bridge Market to reopen their shops, describing the move as unjust and insensitive. In fact, he posted on for his Twitter handle. Recall that the National Agency of Food and Drug Administration and Control NAFDAC had labeled the market the headquarters of distribution of substandard and fake pharmaceuticals in the country and even in Africa sub-regions. So NAFDAC had in April announced reopening of the market, stressing that shop owners must meet strict administrative conditions before the opening of their shops to prevent a recurrence of issues that led to waiting make them close than before. In a viral video by controversial influencer Martin Sose, very dark man, it was alleged that NAFDAC demanded 700,000 naira from each shop owner as a condition to reopen their shops after many were shut down. So now waiting make P2B don't talk about and reacting, P2B expressed support for the authorities' efforts to ensure that the society is free from fake drugs and counterfeit goods, but insisted that compassion must lie at the root of government action. He said while supporting the initial closure of the market, he hoped that the investigations would be carried out swiftly and markets will be reopened promptly, especially to ease the suffering of small business owners already burdened by the current national economic challenges. It is therefore deeply unfortunate to learn that shop owners are now being asked to pay 700,000 naira to reopen their shops. Already, over 7 million micro, small, and medium scale enterprises have collapsed in the past 2 years with this president coming. If you not tell them to pay all this money again, how they will use survive? Well, as swift as the current administration, they sabi the answer to Peter Obi when they talk something. Would they look forward to the reply when they will give this talk when be say talk because go add they go reply with it talk. But then let's give you a quick one as it gets to do with the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu. So the former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Abubakar Malami, he had described the All Progressives Congress APC, or he criticized them for prioritizing President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-election bid over addressing pressing national issues such as insecurity and economic hardship. Malami expressed his concerns during a political consultative meeting organized by the National Political Consultative Group, North, I think on Sunday in Abuja. Now, the event was attended by several opposition figures, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi. That's that event on Sunday. And then Malami they talk about. In fact, some of the things when Malami talk, he said just a few days ago, the ruling party held its national summit, and instead of addressing the serious issues of insecurity, economic hardship, and rising poverty, it chose to focus on politics, endorsing President Tinubu as the sole candidate for the 2027 election that is still 2 years ahead. Away. Now, the APC may, so in fact, he talked a lot of things, but the APC not let him drink water drop cup. He said, "Hey, come back here, Oga, come back here, come back here." So people have now lambasted him. One of them, that the lawmaker representing Ilaje Shaw, Edo Federal Constituency, Ondo State, Donald Ojogo, he don't slam former Attorney General Malami. He said, "What are you saying? So why you going to criticize President Bola Tinubu? Why? How dare you do that kind of thing? Who born you? Who goes you? Who forms you?" He said just a few days ago, that's in way he talks. Say, how do you do that? Oga Ojogo described Banami's remark as hypocritical and mischievous. Quoting him, he said, as a federal lawmaker, I speak not on behalf of the presidency nor as a party spokesperson, but I cannot ignore Malami's audacious mischief, especially considering his controversial role during the Buhari's administration. I wish I can say some things in my head, but my mouth no go fit talk them. You know, things about plea bargains and all of those things, you know. Now, Malami's comments are laughably hypocritical. Now, so the Oga talk. If he assumes Nigerians have forgotten his actions as AGF, he underestimates our memory. His tenure was riddled with contradictions to the very principle he now pretends to defend. Hey, you feel am? Say that is everything when saying the defender and waiting in own tenor do. Now in they pretend like say in the against this is Oga, calm down. We know you. We know you. Now the federal lawmaker also accused Malami of being a major obstacle of security efforts in the southwest during his time in office, particularly under the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's administration in Ondo State, where he Ojogo served as Commissioner for Information and Orientation. According to him, for the boldness of Akeredolu and but for the boldness of Akeredolu and other southern governors who ignored Malami's objections, the spate of kidnappings and killings in the region would have worsened. And Nana, you won't come talk. Nana, you won't talk. He further blasted Malami's opposition to state police and what he described as his jaundiced views of federalism. He talked a lot of things. Like, calm down, okay? If others they talk, you don't want to talk. You want to come and talk. All right, so let's go on with the coalition issue right away. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, northern political leaders under the issues of National Political Consultative Group, NOF, have agreed to present a single presidential candidate to challenge President Bola Tinubu. They say all of them join together. Now, one particular presidential candidate, now they go get. They no go repeat candidates, now one person. Remember saying that them follow from that meeting where BC happened on Sunday, where President Bola Ahmed, where Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and the rest of them attend. Okay, so let's dig further into that. Now, the leaders who also resolved to unveil a political platform for this purpose urged Nigerians to sanction governors and other elected officials who recently endorsed Tinubu for a second term without prior consultation with their constituents. Say for every governor, every National Assembly member, anybody will be say endorse President Tinubu, say in making carry go for 2027 without telling on Nigerians deal with them, show them, not gonna sanction them. Now, these resolutions were reached at the end of the meeting held by the group Sunday evening in Abuja. This is not part of the outcome. Now, those present at the meeting, of course, I don't tell them I finish, all the people that were present for the meeting. Now, they talk, say, they go make sure say they get one person will be say, go be the face of the coalition party under this their group and say all of them would rally around support that person. But on the other, in another development, somebody like Oga Lukman will be the former APC national chairman Northwest, I think, can they talk say even if they get this person will go fit this kind of people, this candidate, say that candidate no go come like that because say the person must come through the due process because they no one start a process where it could be like say na them they spoil things because some people go they talk say these things where on a certain they do don't they happen before. So but he says even if it don't they happen before, should it continue? That is the question. So say to make sure say them when they form this coalition, they do the right thing. They go make sure say anybody will go be part of the coalition, go through proper primaries where all of them go join together, vote for the person, say yes, we agree. So now you go represent us as president and all of us go support you. So all these northern people they say they go support one candidate for inside this coalition where they form. Make we hear them when they talk
have
for
the
inside
right
Arise television.
to pass judgment on them. That is fundamentally what democracy is all about. Once you take that out of democracy, then democracy loses its essence. In fact, the whole essence of struggling against military rule, will be defeated if at the end of the day this is all that you are going to have and will continue to rationalize it. And which is why for many of us, in terms of all of this thing, we keep making the point. We are not looking for a political party simply because we want to defeat President Aswad, you know. We are looking for a political party because we want to ensure that we give a new orientation to that party and we return the old politics whereby party leaders are truly the leaders of the party and elected officials are accountable to the party leaders. So, which is why we are taking all the time to negotiate it, you know, and ensure that by the time we come out, and very soon, all this phase will be concluded. And by the time we come out, Nigerians will see, yes, This is truly a new approach to the business of organizing politics and a new approach to the business of competition to bring out candidates. Because once internally inside a political party, you don't allow competition to take place, then the capacity of that party to participate in wider national competition will be weak. And at the end of the day, you are almost setting yourself up for pro issues, things like rigging, So we want to ensure that anybody, which is why our position, many of us in the coalition negotiation, are insisting that everybody must come ready. We are not talking about candidate now, but for you to become a candidate, you must be ready to contest internally within the party. And the decision of party members will be the determining factor in terms of whether you'll be candidate or not. We are not going to set ourselves up in a situation whereby we end up replicating the old mistake and riding on only the frustration of Nigerians to defeat incumbents. No, I think, and we must appeal to Nigerians to also challenge us to remain focused in that, so that the whole question of democracy is broadened beyond the issue of just fielding candidates. We must come back to the situation whereby beyond fielding candidates, after people win election, they are accountable. And the party should have the capacity to discipline leaders. I mean, look at what is going on in PDP, for instance. When one individual has become almost more than the party itself, and the party is so weak that it's unable to contend such a person. So long as we don't correct that kind of issue from the beginning, we are going to set ourselves up and end up presenting Nigeria with another disappointment.
All right, so there you are. You hear them as in the talk as the things them way as in you explain the matter. I have a lot to say about it, but because I plan to make this very quick, I'd rather you drop your thoughts and reactions on the comment section so I can move on to other issues very quickly. So moving on to other issues, I don't tell Anna about the explosion we happened yesterday. Well, then talk say that explosion was actually a suicide bombing attack, but the person intended to get into the barracks, but unfortunately it exploded outside. That means we don't need get back or go back to the days of suicide bombing again for inside Nigeria. And this is very, very unfortunate. And then very quickly, we hear that also suspected headers have killed a pastor, 7 others in a fresh attack in Plateau State. This time around, are still inside Bokos local government area for inside Plateau State. Another one again. And this one happened for Sunday. In fact, they confirmed this killing today, Tuesday, that the attack began on Sunday, May 25 at around 10 a.m. I hate to read the stories, but I just had to, at least to bring on up to speed with waiting they happened. Again, 7 human beings don't die for inside Nigeria. Just at a time where our Senate president tell us, say, oh, we not sleep with all our eyes closed. Oh, wow. And these people wait down and in the pockets of a few things we see they happen. Meanwhile, the lifestyle they die like this. We also hear that 2 soldiers were killed in Borno Boko Haram attack. These are very sad incidents, but they keep happening over and over again. And it's very unfortunate that we keep having these issues repeat themselves. And for those who are worried about why I came late, I am terribly under the weather. I'm just managing to push myself to go through. So I've been on medication rather, and I've been asked to take bed rest, but my workaholic self will not let me. So I just thought to come very quickly and give you guys updates so that I'll hibernate. So sincere apologies. This may be an abridged version, but if there's anybody who wants to contribute, we can make that very quickly so that I'll go back and take some rest. Right? I appreciate you guys. So I see all your messages and I'd like to say a big thank you for your support, for your encouragement. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Chicks, I see you. Good evening. Thank you so much, Chicks. How are you doing today? Rebecca Anthony says, "Hi, I've been waiting for you. I nearly called. Oh, Mr. Tony from Chicago. I am not strong, but I'll be fine. I'm taking care of it. I'll be fine very soon. Please, my apologies, sincere apologies. I see your messages. Colata, he said, this boring request is insane. Needs scrutiny. Honestly speaking, it's crazy. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. And Lawrence Honora says, those who doubt what God said, how market Nigeria debt is now about 222. I mean, the amount of our debt is heart wrenching. It's scary. It's scary how any nation can survive like this. And the fact that we even borrow with even the asset we will never even get yet. And so you see the thing. If this administration or would they praise ourselves, say, oh, our debts repayment don't reduce. During Buhari's administration, we were servicing our debts with about 96% of our resources or our revenue, right? But right now they say it don't reduce. Well, has that changed on the amounts that we're owing? Abi, it go stop us from paying those amounts we owe. The fact that we don't double in 2 years, we don't double the amount we say other administration borrow. How do we do this? How can we survive this? Oh my. And Sensimal says, I thought they removed subsidy and said they were saying it was going to borrow. Yeah, so because the idea is that the removal of fuel subsidy was supposed to give us more access to money. And true to that, governors are having more money. But then why are we borrowing more? Because remember the reason why we remove subsidy now, so that we go fit put those money back to some areas. They promise to use those monies, channel it on education, channel on healthcare, channel on infrastructure. These same things where they borrow money for now where they say they go channel those subsidy leakages to. And why are we still borrowing to fund those things? That is a question that I do not have an answer to. But here am I. I don't bring one on the news. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Kenneth. I don't say, please, I am human. You guys make me work Sunday to Sunday. So I would have to break down. And you know that this is not like my major job. I have a work I do. So I join that together with this. And I'm yet to get capable hands to assist me in this. And this job can actually be also quite tasking by itself. So it's really very um, hefty on me, if I have to say that. So please forgive me. My body just responded to some of this plenty work you guys give me. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So I like to take a bow. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined in. I have someone on my back office. I don't know if you want to say something. Abiodu, do you want to say something? Miss Abiodu, are you here? Miss Abiodu, are you here? Miss Abiodu. Okay, all right. Looks like he's just enjoying listening to the show. So I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. Please forgive me for coming rather very late today. I would try to do better, but I have been trying to put myself together to do this because I have been really, really, really down. I love you guys. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Hopefully, in the evening. I may not make it in the afternoon because I'll be on bed rest, but I'll try to see if I can do a video in the afternoon, then also come back in the evening. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Please protect your mental health, as I always say. I'll see you tomorrow again. Thank you for being here.